Hi, my name is Riley Brattain, and today I'm going to be talking about the Facebook and Cambridge Analytical scandal. Um, this brought about the Sarah Feldman versus Facebook case that ended up actually taking a lot of money from Facebook. So let's begin. Alright, so first I want to go ahead and talk about my agenda for this video. First, I'm going to go over the background of the case, which is very important, just to kind of understand what's going on, how it came to be, and why it kind of caused a huge splash in the media as well as in the courts. Next is going to be key events. Again, it's really important just to understand everything that is going on, and especially next the political aspect. I kind of find this part shocking just because I guess I wasn't surprised to find out that it had a lot to do with the Trump campaign and Brexit, but we will get back into that later on. Next, we'll go over Sarah Feldman and the case against Facebook, and lastly, we'll go over the outcomes. And in particular, we'll go ahead and talk about the ethics and why it was wrong, what happened, and how people can try to make sure those kinds of things don't happen again. But yeah. Okay, so key points in this slide, it's just about the background of Cambridge Analytica. So firstly, it was founded in 2013. Their headquarters are in Britain. I believe they're in England, or sorry, London. So it is a British company. The founders are going to be Nigel Oakes, Alexander Oakes, and then Alexander Nix. And it was originally a consulting firm. However, it has obviously closed due to the huge scandal. So, just to look back at the background, it claimed to use the data analytics and psychographic profiling to target voters efficiently. That is to say, they were taking information and using it just so that they could understand people's psyches and how they thought they were going to vote. So they obtained access to Facebook user data through a personality quiz, which I don't know about you, but I really like to take those. So unfortunately, I probably would have been a victim if I used Facebook. But they used that app, and that was created by Alexander Kogan, who was a researcher at Cambridge University. Cambridge Analytica was established in 2013, as I said, and it is part of the SCL Group, which is an analytics firm. Its goal was to use data and to inform political campaigns, which they did for the Trump administration, and it kind of leveraged kind of just advanced data science techniques to target voters based on their preferences and their behaviors. All right, like I said in the last slide, the information that was used for campaigns was actually collected through an app. It is called This Is Your Digital Life. It was made by Alexander Kogan, who was, again, affiliated with Cambridge University. The app offered users a personality quiz and collected not only their responses, but also extensive data from their Facebook, including birthdays, hobbies, whatever people put on Facebook. It also led people to their friends, and approximately 87 million users were a victim to this. That is a lot of people, especially a lot of voter information to be used for not just for America, but also worldwide. I think that the sharing of data is very wrong, and it gives third parties the ability to misuse and sell personal data. Not knowing where data is or who it is going to is incredibly unsettling, and it should be a huge problem, especially for companies such as Facebook. I think that Facebook as a whole is a huge company. I do not think that they should have let anything like this happen. If you do work with a different company, I think that you should at least vet them first and understand what they are doing and how are they using the information that you are providing them. Next, I want to go ahead and go over the key events of the case. So firstly, in March 2018, Christopher Wiley, who was a former employee of Cambridge Analytica, disclosed the firm's extensive data harvesting practices to multiple news networks such as The Guardian, The New York Times. His revelations kind of included pretty insane claims that the data was used to influence elections in the US and worldwide. This, of course, was very upsetting to all Facebook users, especially because 87 million people had all of their information leaked, and it was effectively kind of used to manipulate the public. So this kind of sparked a global media frenzy, and it prompted a lot of discussion about privacy, especially data privacy and ethical standards in political campaigning. Of course, this drew a lot of attention, and many people were very upset. So then Sarah Feldman kind of understood what was happening, and she ended up making a big case against Facebook, which again resulted in a major payout. All right, so before I get into the Sarah Feldman part of this presentation, I want to talk about the political aspect of this case. The U.S. elections, of course, took place in 2016. This case was brought to light in 2018, but before all of that, Cambridge Analytica played a significant role in the 2016 U.S. presidential election. They were working for Donald Trump's campaign, and they used and targeted advertisements to reach specific voter demographics, people who were swinging and, of course, in swing states. Then, of course, since Facebook is a global media source, we also know that it was brought to light that the Brexit campaign was swayed as well, using data from many Facebook users. Okay, so next, Sarah Feldman versus Facebook. So Facebook had to pay a settlement of $725 million. After 4 years, the lawsuit finally came to a close in 2022. The lawsuit involved employees of Facebook as well as many documents to finally end the lawsuit, to which Facebook still admitted no wrongdoing. Meta told the press that they had revamped their privacy approach and applied new privacy programs. Lastly, Facebook agreed to pay $100 million to the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission and $5 billion to the U.S. Federal Trade Commission. So again, this is one of the largest payouts ever. It is $725 million, and the Privacy Act of 1978 does apply today. So that provides privacy protections for records containing information about individuals. Not only is this kind of a justice and fairness issue, it is a big ethical issue, especially because Facebook didn't really do any kind of protection, anything to protect us, especially considering it is just incredibly unfair to have our information sold at the expense of our political strife. Okay, so next I want to just go over what rights do data subjects have. Data subjects are anybody who has ever inputted their data into a private forum such as Facebook or Instagram or anything like that. You have the right to be informed, to damages, to access, and to file a complaint. And you, of course, have the right to object. It is very important to know that you are not just some kind of a number. You need to be aware that just because you do willfully put your information out there, that does not give big companies such as Facebook the right to put you at a very big disadvantage to have it stolen. Lastly, let's talk about the outcome. So Facebook paid out, the Cambridge Analytica closed, and we increased awareness about our data. Users have begun to change how they view companies like Facebook and Instagram, and I think that it's very important to recognize that we do have rights, even though we do sign terms and agreements. It is also our right to our privacy. Thank you so much, and have a good day.